What's up, guys? This your boy, Mr. I-240. I'm back with another episode on this wrestling podcast. Hey, these three bangers I gave y'all 3 days in a row, man. I told y'all I love y'all. I'm dedicated to this. This is what I love to do. Hey, also, if you're new to the page, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. Hey, y'all like that new logo? Hey, man, there'll be more stuff to come on this page. I'm gonna continue to put the grind in, put the work in, and shoot, let's get straight into it. Yes, I do look at my notes again. Thank you. Ooh, the first thing I want to talk about is I saw that Stephanie McMahon in 2002 wanted Brock Lesnar to have a gay gimmick. I don't know how true this is, but I found it kind of odd, especially with her father, Vince McMahon, who loved big athletic guys, specimen, and stuff like that. I didn't see that was gonna work for him, and I'm pretty sure they didn't even go to Brock with it. Cause I'm pretty sure if they did go to Brock, you know how Brock was. If y'all seen this episode of the new generation of Ruthless Aggression era, and you seen his part, I think he had a single episode. I'm not sure. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Brock is a betting man. He bets on himself. Brock went straight to the top. Brock won't for to do no funny stuff like that. I'm pretty sure Brock would have told Vince you can F off. Just like he was gonna tell him he can F off, because Brock was ready for the main stage. And he was ready to be the top guy of a company off the top. But when I first saw this, I was kind of like, that's kind of weird. And if she did think of that, I don't know why. Because that gimmick wasn't going to work. And then the media back then is not so sensitive like it was then. Like, it wasn't so sensitive how it is now. So they will receive a lot of backlash and criticism. Especially a dude that's 6'4", 260, being a big sweet dude. That would have been crazy, right? And you can see the picture I posted on the page earlier. He should have F5'd for thinking of it. Because Brock too good, Brock was too talented, and I'm glad they did the right decision on that if they did come up with it. You could have did that with like, maybe Hurricane or Crash Holly or something, R.I.P., but somebody like that. But you looking for the next star of your company, and you gonna try to do it on a 6'2" dude. They had a lot of accolades from being a wrestler and winning a college championship. Nah. So Brock knew, and if they did, like I said, if they did go to him, Brock probably told him to F off. And Brock was a big man on himself, that he knew he can carry more. He was more of an asset to the company than just a regular guy, which it turned out to be, because Brock Lesnar is one of the greatest wrestlers, superstars that ever ran through the company. The most dominant for sure. You know what I'm saying? I love Andre the Giant, but Andre the Giant didn't have a run like Brock Lesnar. He wasn't athletic. He was the first, but he wasn't athletic as Brock is. And if Vince was to drop the ball on that wouldn't have worked. You lucky he ain't go to TNA. That's how they report too. With Kurt Angle was like, I think after Kurt Angle shortly went, he wanted to go to TNA Impact, and Impact just wasn't gonna pay him the money that Brock was asking. Even Kurt kept it real on it. So it just show you how much Brock is a big man on himself, and he knows what worked. You know, a lot of folks probably say, oh, he don't love the business, he don't love this, he don't love that. But he loved it enough to know what works, what do work. Because think about this. Brock Lesnar never had a bad ending or a bad finish in his match that makes sense. Like, prime example. If Eddie Guerrero would have beat Brock Lesnar clean with the frog splash, that wouldn't have worked. So Eddie had to cheat. Brock put him over, and it took off. I wish they would have ran it back, because that was really underrated. One of the greatest matches that people don't talk about. It's absolutely one of the greatest moments. But the match itself was really good. The build-up was good. Kind of offensive, but Vince McMahon wanted to defend folks all the time. But if you look at it and look back at it, it was really good. So I'm like I said, I'm sidetracking, but the point is, I'm glad Brock didn't do that because he's great talent, and he just would have walked off and told the folks F off and went chilling at the farm and stuff like that. But I was just running down accolades, some of his accolades to show that that was dumb if Stephanie did come up with that. All right, I got a question. Don't y'all wish we would have got this match here, especially when WWE 13 came out? There was a perfect build up between Stone Cold versus CM Punk. It was epic. This one, Punk was the highest high on a historic title reign. And Austin was just a Hall of Famer. And you gotta remember in that little interview too with JR, Austin was in the little wrestling shape back then too. Even though he was 10 years prior from him retiring with the broken neck from the pile driver on Hart. But you just see the dialogue, the intensity, the tension between the two. Then you got JR in the middle. Come on, man. You don't get no better than JR, man. That knows how to build and tell a storyline of a young legend on the verge of doing something. Because that was one of the best title reigns before the Brock one and now Roman Reigns. Because Punk title reign at the time was impressive. You got to think about it. Look who y'all defeated. Del Rio, Miz, Ziggler, Kane. Who else? Did Big Show get a title shot? I'm not sure. I know he didn't face Mark Henry. But it was, if you know the list, it was a who's who that Punk's defeated. He defeated Ryback, even though they had nobody else. He defeated Cena countless of times. And Punk, and then Punk was so over on the mic, and then adding Paul Heyman to the equation. Punk was sensational at that time. He was untouchable. He was the best professional wrestler in the world. Not professional wrestler. Like he said, I could do it on commentator, I could do it on the mic, I could do it on the ring. It ain't nothing that Punk could do at that time. Ooh, screw it. And then you got Stone Cold, intense legend. Stone Cold will come with it. And he said the famous line in the interview that you lucky. I'm paraphrasing, but the only reason you got the belt because I ain't dropped you on your head yet. And you can tell when Punk looked at him, he like, you want to go? And they did that little sideways handshake. He says, I guess I'll see you later, Punk. Like, I feel like they slick liked each other, but I feel like there was always tension there for some reason. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. But it was just such a shame that, man, we didn't get to see that match. And then you think about, like, after seeing Stone Cold in the ring with Kevin Hart, you be like, man, the CM Punk was still here. That might have been his spot instead of Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens earned his spot, but I just think it'd been more luxurious. The Punk, especially Prime Punk, with that version of, because at that time, Punk still know how to push buttons, but at that time, Pipe Bomb Punk was pushing buttons. He didn't care. I mean, it's just been a great matchup to see. It's just been built up intensity. And it's been very, especially good storytelling between a great champion who looked up to his childhood hero. I think they took a picture together. So it's been a lot of dialogue and stuff you can do with it. I don't even think you would have needed the belt, especially that spinning belt. They would have been trash. Me and my homeboys got the phone earlier. We talked. We were like, bro, that WWE spinning belt was really trash. I was like, it really was. It didn't even look right with Punk. They should have brought back the Eagle title. You know what I'm saying? Now that'll make the match more prestigious if they would have had the Eagle belt for Stone Cold versus CM Punk. And I think it'd been an epic classic to see, because a lot of people forget, even though Stone Cold is a brawler, and I mentioned this like a week or two ago, how good of a technical wrestler he is. And he showed that at times. If y'all remember in '01, when he had that classic match with Chris Benoit on SmackDown, Stone Cold really showed his technical skills that, hey, I'm still a technical wrestler. I'm still technical sound. I still not slow down the pace. I still not a brawl, but I still not a be a submission specialist and stuff like that. So I think that'd been fun to see. But hey, maybe one day. You know, you never know. Stone Cold getting in shape these days. He said it ain't for WrestleMania, but sure. Next subject. Oh, I know everybody want to crown my boys the next tag team, and truly so. The Usos have been on one of the greatest runs ever as a tag team, and they earned it. After being screwed out of countless WrestleMania moments, not being on the card, from being on the pre-show, Jimmy getting DUIs and stuff like that, probably costing them spots that they could have had. Because I can start with one. They should have been on WrestleMania quite a few times with it. I'm going to get to that point. So, but it's like, yeah, they had a luxurious title run. But I just feel like at times it got stale. It's like they just threw folks together sometimes, and just like, if I'm a homeboy, when they fought Shinsuke and Rick Boogs, Vince was like, all right, we just gonna give you a spot, man. Here, just take it. And I feel like they wouldn't have got that WrestleMania spot if Roman wanted the status that he had. Don't get me wrong, I ain't saying they didn't work hard, but at the same time, that I ain't saying they didn't work hard, but let's be real. If Roman went back and Jimmy would have got that DUI, they would have killed that push. So yeah, he would have killed that push, and the Usos won't be where they at now. And they defeated a lot of tag team, majority of the same folks from. And they tied, like I said, they had countless of the same matches with Street Profit, New Day. So it's kind of like, yeah, they've been dominant, but that's not their fault. They had to fight the same tag teams. It's just WWE be too busy trying to develop more folks, and you know, so it ain't their fault. But with that being said, I don't think they're the greatest tag team. I think is these guys who they should have fought at WrestleMania. Was it 2-3 years ago? They should have fought them at WrestleMania instead of putting them on SmackDown. That was a great match, but it should have been them versus the Hardy Boys. So Richard, why you say the Hardy Boys is the greatest tag team? So during their Delete or Decay run, the Hardy Boys did something that no tag team has ever done. They went to every company and won all their tag team belts. But nobody paid attention. Of course not, because Impact not on the major network. Not that. But you gotta think about it though. That's a hard feat to do. I'm gonna go to all the companies and I'm gonna take all y'all belts. And if y'all was following Impact at that time, they were doing weekly episodes where they were going to different territories and taking their belts and winning them to show the world that they want to be the greatest all time. Then they left Impact, came back to WWE to win the tag team championship in a ladder match. If that ain't greatness, I don't know what is. Y'all can call Jeff a drunk or whatever, but Jeff Hardy's very talented. He is the Hardy Boys. Don't get me wrong, Matt is good and stuff like that, but Jeff what makes the team go. You know what I'm saying? Jeff is more of the Hardy Boys than Matt is. Matt is the brains of the team. Jeff is the vocal point and put the Hardy Boys out front with his colorful and charismatic energy and hardcore rock style. Well, not now because he's 44, but he draws attention to the Hardy Boys more than what Matt does. Matt is the brains that keep it together, inside, outside the ring. Of course, I would give it that. Of course, you gotta have by somebody that's smart. I ain't saying Jeff ain't smart, but when it come down to business, Matt is. And you gotta think about it, man. The first TLC matches, um, defeated, cage matches, and they brought a lot of things to the tag team wrestling division. So do I say, yeah, I mean, everyone want to crown the Usos, but it's just like, I don't know, man. Unless they can go to New Japan or something and win they tag team titles, then come talk to me. But I got to give it to these boys because they went to the independent scene, won their belts. They went to Ring of Honor, beat the Young Bucks, won the Ring of Honor tag team belts. So they won a lot of belts before they came back to WWE. And plus, they were making noise before they got back. So WWE called them. They ain't called them. WWE called the Hardy Boys. Hardy Boys didn't call Vince because at one time, the Elite or Decay was really kicking Vince butt in the ratings. And I'm pretty sure they were probably pissing Vince off because he buried people. He buried people that help other companies. Ask Christian Cage. He know. I'm sorry, dog. But just saying, Vince buried you and got back and gave you that crappy ECW title, that lunch plate. Just saying. Alright. Another thing I want to talk about. Well, that was a short run, right? William Regal is leaving AEW. Intriguing. A lot of folks said, I gotta look at the promo again, that he said he regret this decision. I don't recall him saying that, but you can kind of look on his face that he did. Because it's like, and I don't even think it's a product point of view. I think it's the same thing we all been talking about. Management. So, and plus he wanted to be with his son. And his son's doing great, off to a kickstart on NXT. And I'm pretty sure he wants to be there with his boy and get to his boy to the top. Except one problem. I don't think he's gonna be on TV next year because Tony Khan got in his contract that yeah, you can go back. But yeah, wait, 2024. Not on TV, but start a job. See, that Tony Khan a mud, bro. I just thought about it. That boy he ain't no punk like I thought he was. I think he more ruthless than Vince. At least Vince give you 3 months. This man said a year. Woo! Can't grab it. I'm sorry, Tony. I thought you ain't had no set, man, but I guess you do. But I thought William Regal was gonna stay for a minute, especially after he turned on Jon Moxley in the championship match. But apparently not. When you had the week after that with MJF turning on Regal, which made no sense in the first place. But we'll see where it goes from there. And it was good to see him there. But I just think his heart went there. I think his heart was always being a WWE guy. And not because of Vince. Because what he did at NXT and what he did at the Performance Center. And plus him and Triple H got a good relationship. Now this ain't mob ties. I ain't with no Jay Prince. I'm just throwing it up. But you know what I'm saying? Stuff like this. So, and he wanted to develop those younger guys, because I'm pretty sure, if y'all remember when he got released, you had Carmelo Hayes. Some of them guys were sad to see him go. He helped them a lot in their careers and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure, he was loved by everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to understand, too, in this wrestling business, even though some of these guys don't like each other and stuff like that, yada, 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 it's still a fraternity and a brotherhood because they all love the craft and they love the product and they want to put professional wrestling on the forefront. Now, whether it's entertainment, which some guys don't like and they shy away from that, or just some guys are pure wrestlers. The majority of the goal is to keep the product going as much as we going. Keep it going because at some point in time, guys gonna retire. Like you saying, my OGs. I'm 34 years old. I don't look like it, so what? My OG like the Undertaker, Triple H, Rock ain't retired, but Rock doing his thing, Cena, Randall, and stuff like that. So sometimes you need that teacher to teach the young guys to keep it going. And Regal was one of them guys. Hunter's one of them guys, even though he's he over both shows now. So Shawn Michaels and stuff like that. So you gotta have younger, fresh faces to keep the product going. And so, and for him, why not do it? Especially this special to him, your own son. So Tony Khan respected that, but he gave him a hell of a loophole. Hey, you can't be on TV next year now. Dang. Cold as ice. And Tony Khan loved him, but he didn't want to let him go. So he like, I'm gonna get the last word. Hey, don't be on TV now. You hear me? Or no backstage rule. Don't worry nothing. Right? So I'm looking forward to Rico coming back. What is NXT main roster? I think he a very good, great graded, underrated, talented person. Very entertaining because when he was Commissioner Regal, he was cold. Great European champion, great Intercontinental champion. I wish he would have got that world title push, but he got caught doing the steroids juice. I'm finna talk about that on this episode, but I'm like, nah, man, it's another banger. I say that for next. So, but it's good to see Regal back. Speaking of Triple H, bruh, you gotta stop signing everybody, man. Everybody ain't meant to be stars, man. I'm sorry, bruh. Tegan Knox cool, but they don't screen superstar. Like, you put on Fox, fam, it's like, nah, bruh, everybody just ain't superstar material. Io Shirai and Dakota Sky kind of looking like a flop Bow Wow album. It's just like, bruh, I understand these are your babies, your precious gift that you had down in NXT, but NXT stuff is way different from the main roster. And what I mean is NXT is more pure wrestling. Just wrestling. Add a little entertainment, but it's more of wrestling. Well, the original Black and Gold. Main roster is more like acting, drama scenes, keep us engaged, keep us coming back and stuff like that. And I don't see let me break down. Hit Row just ain't it. Trash. Without Isaiah Swerve, it's like, alright, bro, they been in countless feuds with the fashion model dudes wearing booty shorts. I ain't got time for that. Oh, who else? Let me see. Who else you brought back? I'm trying to see who else you brought back. Tegan Knox, that ain't it. Maybe, I don't know. Right now, I just don't see it. The Emma comeback is looking like a major flop. She could have stayed where she was at. And that ain't that she can't wrestle. She can't talk on the mic. And then y'all nicked her storyline with Karrion Kross versus Madcap, and y'all just randomly throwing Rey Mysterio. I'm looking forward to the feud. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a great feud when Rey come back, but it was just random. And I know you ain't want to bury Kross with Madcap. It ain't nothing to do with Madcap. It's just Madcap ain't got the gimmick to Fury Kross. I mean, the guy look like a creative character. And his name is Madcap. SmackDown still looking good, but Raw been kind of lacking sometimes. Like, hi, bruh. So it's starting to look like the honeymoon suite is over for Triple H. It seems like he's just trying to juggle so much. He's trying to push these people, then he bring these folks, push back them, and then it's just like, alright. Then Johnny Gargano, he was hot for a minute, then he lost in the shuffle now. Now he playing cards with JBL. It's like, bro, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Now you finally get to see what Vince go through and what Vince see. Like, a lot of us didn't like Vince's decisions and stuff like that. But some decisions he made the right decision for the assets of the company and what he want. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But Vince ain't afraid to make them hard decisions. So you got to think about that too. So we gonna see how it go. I feel like the honeymoon suite is over. Cause SmackDown Women's Division, I mean, Ronda can wrestle, yada yada yada, but it's just like, bruh, that ain't it. And yeah. So stop trying to sign everybody. Stop trying to bring everybody back. Everybody's not a star, not superstars. If you is, take some of the folks in NXT, let them start back over like Apollo Crews and Mandy Rose. And it's time for you to put Mandy Rose on the main roster with Toxic Attraction, because there's only so much they can do for NXT 2.0, and it's time for her to move on. And because now show us the star she can be. And hopefully you don't mess that up, because she put a lot of hard work in it, her, Shawn Michaels, or whoever the agents in the back, they put a lot of hard work in it, and we'll see where it goes from here. Speaking of alright. I've been talking about Daniel Bryan, but there's no part right now. Oh, I see that Ricky Starks is getting a push. Now, is Ricky Starks the tallest? No. Do he got the looks? Yes. Is he entertaining? Yes. You saw that promo last night. He hung in there with MJF and shut him the hell up. So I'm starting to think, like, if he was in the WWE or just another company, is he top guy material? And I want y'all to put it in the comments and stuff like that and see, because I mean, I see it, but it's like, could you see him going on Good Morning America or Entertainment Weekly by itself, or being on TV Guide or stuff like that? That's if AEW trying to go for that type of crowd. Because it's like he's pretty good in the ring, but it's just something missing. And I think he's world championship material, but I don't think he's over MJF. And that's just my honest opinion. Because MJF could do that. I'm pretty sure that ain't his MO, and plus he got a profane mouth. So I just feel like he's pretty good. He can wrestle, he can go. You know, he made that FTW title relevant. He made it more prestigious than the guy that beat him, Hook. I mean, I'm just saying, I like Hook, but I don't think Hook just really facing nobody. But there's another episode. So I don't know. So it's just like, he pretty good, he entertaining, but I don't think he ready for that world title push. But I'm pretty sure he gonna show us next week when he fight MJ. I think next week or not next week. When is coming? I think it's in January. I'm pretty sure he gonna show us in the match they have together, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an epic. But I just don't see the him being a top guy in this business that folks look up to. Like, hey, that's the guy. Cause maybe he gonna show us. I don't know. But hey, that's it for this episode. I told y'all, I love y'all. I'm back. Peace. Yeet.